Alright guys, Dante again. I'm going to show you guys what I'm working on for the Alpha Lighting crew as usual. As you know, via Twitter, we were talking about how we were going to be working on doing some lighting for our New Year's Eve service. And as you can see, I've got these fantastic PARs, nice and wireless technology. Let's go ahead and look at the name here. As you can see, it's the Freedom PAR Quad 5 from Chave DJ. On their website, though, it is discontinued. So these guys are pretty much out of, commission. Still good lights. Once again, rented from Zio Brothers. And I'm going to show you guys how we plan on controlling these lights for the service. Now, an earlier video I did kind of disclose some of our behind the scenes look. But this time it's a little more official. And so I have with me the assistant lighting designer of the Alpha Lighting crew, Nia. And if you've been reading some of my work, you know that she's extremely important and capable to this crew's success. What we're going to do is give you some of the basic colors, your red, green, and blue, cyan, magenta, and yellow. And to give you an idea of what it'll look like tonight. And this is sort of like a demo for what we plan on doing for our Sunday morning services and Wednesday night services. So, Nia, can you bring up green and red? And some of our Christmas trees on the way, but we'll start off with some Christmas themed colors, red and green. And as you can see, the alternating style lives on. Now, why don't you go ahead, Nia, and change the red to cyan? Alright, well, she's struggling because apparently she can't change red into cyan. Go ahead. There you go. Alright, kill the red. Bring up color. Oh my gosh. Alright, she did it. Yeah, she did it. Now look. These are some decent lights. If you've seen some of our work, like in my previous video, we had the American DJ flat par, I want to get this right, Q12X. The beams were a lot higher. They hit where those fans are and possibly even higher. This time, obviously, they're not as high. So I'm going to go into the congregation and I'm going to show you guys what it'll look like from their point of view. As you can see, it's still decent lighting. We're probably not going to have we're probably not going to move the trees out of the way because, they still want that holiday feel. But that's cool. Now, Nia's going to change colors again, but this time we're going to show her using a controller. The controller we're using is the Stage Setter 8 from, well, not American DJ, but Elation, which of course is a sub division of American DJ. So, Nia, why don't you show us how you are changing, well, before that. So guys, look, basically 1 through 4 controls PARs 1, 3, 5, and 7. That's 1 through 4. And PARs switches 5 through 8 control PARs 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we're going to use just one PAR, or I should say, oh my gosh, one side, one channel 1. And so she'll do red, green, blue, and amber. She'll control those lights and she'll bring up whatever I tell her to, because She's she's gonna obey me like that. Isn't that right, Nia?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. Bring us some cyan. Excellent. And as you can see, it is cyan. What about blue? Great. And as you can see, it is blue. And of course, red. That's great. Now, this isn't a tutorial, but as you can see on this LED display, it does show the levels of, the light. Of course, on here, you only have 0 through 10, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where you are going to be on the scale versus on this scale here. But obviously, 10 at its max is 255, 0 is 0. So that's, again, not a tutorial, but you kind of get the idea. All right, bring up. All right, so we have red here. Bring up blue on the other side. Okay, great. So you got your red and blue, my two favorite colors. And then, why don't you press blackout? As you can see, that's the blackout button. Now go ahead and press it again. And as you can see, it comes right back on where it was in the first place. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, we're gonna be doing this New Year's Eve. I'm uploading this. It is the 31st, but this might not make it on YouTube until after the fact. But in any case, Happy New Year and all that good stuff. Y'all know I don't care about that. But you know, we got a good thing going on here. Um, these pars, really good. Would I recommend them? Yeah, I would, but not for our case. We have a lot of wall to cover. Obviously, this wasn't nearly enough to cover the wall. So I would recommend these in a high place, but definitely in some low light setting. If you want to kind of keep it on the low level while you're doing other lighting up top, that's a good idea. Other than that, we can call it a day, folks. Keep shining.